I know this. If life is an illusion, then I am no less an illusion. And being thus, the illusion is real to me. I live. I burn with life. I love. I slay. And I am content. Those are the words of Conan the Cimmerian. Now, most people look at Conan and they see a meathead in a loincloth. They see a brute. But if you look closer, especially through the lens of Robert E. Howard's original series, you find something much more profound. You find a man that is the ultimate heroic icon of authenticity. Welcome back to Perspectives of Jerry. Today, we're diving into the Hyborian Age to look at Conan the Barbarian. We're going to talk about why he's a hero, how he fits in the psychology of Carl Jung, and more importantly, how regular guys or gals in 2026 can take that barbarian energy and use it to conquer their own kingdoms. But before we get into the riddle of steel, please do me a huge favor. If you enjoy these deep dives into heroism and philosophy, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps the algorithm find people who need to hear this, and it keeps me motivated to keep these videos coming. Alright, let's dive in. When we talk about Conan, we have to talk about Carl Jung. Jung spoke extensively about the shadow, those primal, darker parts of ourselves that the society tells us to suppress. Most of us spend our lives trying to be civilized. We hide our anger. We dampen our drive. We follow the rules even when those rules are nonsensical or especially corrupt. In psychological terms, Conan represents the integrated shadow. He isn't evil, but he is dangerous. And there is a massive difference between being a good person because you are incapable of being dangerous and being a good person because you have that inner barbarian under control. The phrase I like to use myself is, the dragon is asleep, not dead. Works the same for me. So there's a great paper by Marco Antonio Robledo, hope I said that right, that looks at Conan through the lens of developmental psychology. He argues that Conan represents the red stage of human development, the stage of power and raw impulse. But here's the key. Conan doesn't stay there. He eventually becomes a king. He takes that raw, barbaric energy and uses it to create order. He doesn't let civilization change him. He uses his strength to change civilization. He's a reminder that we shouldn't kill our primal instincts. We need to harness them. So why is he a hero? Because Conan is the antidote to hypocrisy. In Howard's stories, civilization is usually depicted as decaying and corrupt and weak. The civilized men lie to each other. They use complex laws to steal from the poor. They worship gods they don't believe in. Conan arrives and cuts through all of it. He's a man of his word and in a world full of liars. His heroism comes from radical self-reliance. Conan wasn't a chosen one. He wasn't born with prophecy. He was born on a battlefield. And every single thing he ever gained, his sword, his treasure, his crown, he earned it through blood and sweat. No tears, he's a Cimmerian. He's got people to cry for him. For the modern person, this is a call to stop waiting for a savior. In the Hyborian age, if Conan sat around waiting for a government to grant or a mentor to give him a chance, he'd been eaten by a giant spider the first chapter. He moved, he acted, he took responsibility for his own destiny. So, how does a regular guy or gal apply this? Well, you don't need to carry a broadsword and to have a Conan mindset. Now, that being said, I do have several swords. It doesn't hurt. You just can't wield them in public without a license. But here's how you develop that mindset. First, you got to develop a personal code. Conan didn't follow the laws of the cities he visited. He had a code. He was loyal to his friends. He kept his word, and he fought for what was his. So what's your code? If the laws of the world failed tomorrow, who would you be? Second, embrace the struggle. We live in a world that tries to make everything comfortable. Conan found joy in the struggle. He burned with life. When things get hard for you, whether it's at work or your personal life, don't shrink away from it. Lean into it. That friction is what tempers your character. And third, be authentically you. Civilization wants you to wear a mask. Conan never did. If you don't like something, say it. If you want something to work, or if you want something, work for it. Strip away the pretension and the most honest and be the most honest version of yourself. Conan reminds us that we're all barbarians underneath the suits and the smartphones. And that is a good thing. It means we have the power to survive, the power to create, the power to rule our own lives. Live it. You only get the one shot at it. Now, if you found this perspective great, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. And of course, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my perspectives. And of course, if you want to help me just a little bit more, there's a link down in the description for buymeacoffee.com/perspectives of Jerry. Every little bit does help keep the lights on here, and I do appreciate everything that goes on. Also, if you have any stories or insight or those times where you just let your inner barbarian do the talking, please let me know in the comments. I want to start a conversation about this, and I want to learn. I love hearing people's stories. So, I'm Jerry. This has been Perspectives of Jerry. And until next time, stay strong, stay authentic, keep conquering that kingdom and earn it. Earn what's yours. And I will see you in the next one. You have a great day.